Bro, did we tell you about this? You must have, right? Oh my god.
We watched the Minecraft movie, but it was like a really scuffed pre-release where half of the CGI wasn't finished.
Oh.
It was incredible.
There's this moment. Is that a spoiler? No, it's not a spoiler.
No.
There's a bit where like the villager meets Jennifer Coolidge, who's in the movie. He's like, Luna, can you take? Because I think you do a much better impression.
So it's Matt Berry, right? He's playing a villager, and he goes, "Me and my darling, I learned how to speak human for her, and she is now fluent in villager." And then it turns to Jennifer, and she goes, like not sounding at all like a villager.
They just like kept like when I get out of it.
It was like the end credits scene. They were like, you know what? Hell yeah.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was nothing like a villager.
They said, let her cook
cried
now.
about it for about 2 minutes.
I was screaming.
Luna, where are you?
I'm right next to you, Diva.
Where's
You're
Polo?
where?
I was just in Poe's
Not right next to
house,
me.
and then I left the house.
Where are you, Polo?
I left the abode.
I'm at Luna's house. I'm coming.
When will my wife return for more? Oh, he's angry. I accidentally looked him in the eyes.
You always do this before we podcast. You're not shut up. Try and communicate with him.
Oh, you want to see my man? My man who's my drowned man?
Yeah.
He's trapped.
You're trapped. Oh, a Trevor. Oh.
He just lives here.
Do not traverse treacherous terrain. How? Ow.
He has an attitude.
Damn.
I have an attitude about him.
You
What?
him.
Oh, I threw my sword. Oh, I threw my sword. You picked up my sword. Ow. Ow. I can't even hit you. You're too skinny. Oh.
Oh no.
The girls are
girls.
fighting.
Girl.
You literally hit me first. I hit you back. You gave a
thought you
kick,
were
I gave a
AFK.
slap.
Can I have my sword back?
I'm going, so you smacking me in the face.
Where are you? Oh. Oh heavens. Oh heavens. No. I don't want the smoke. I don't want it.
Why are you so fast? What are you doing?
Peter, how are you doing that? I don't know, Lois. I'm scared.
How am I dying?
Because I'm better.
Why.
I'm skinny. I'm winning, and all you
Skill
bitches are
issue,
ugly.
GG.
Skill issue.
How do you throw things away? Like I get rid of things. Is it G?
Cute. Are you throwing my sword away?
No.
Oh.
Where are you?
Where are you? I'm at your abode, and you're not present.
Come to me. I'm at your house.
Oh.
You
Now,
smashed the blade.
what are you doing on that ledge, Mama? Oh.
What was your plan?
To get my sword back, and I did. Wait, this is stone. This isn't even mine.
Oh.
Jump down here for stone?
If y'all care about them, there's lots more
You
of those
are
like
wrong.
calico dogs over here.
Oh god. Oh
Okay,
We need to do an intro.
Group up, everyone. Group up.
no. Guys, we keep
Is
pushing
that a serious
solo.
group up?
Yeah, let's
that's
do an
like a-
intro.
Look,
It's an
no, I'm
intro.
inting. I'm inting. Sorry. Trust, I'm gonna get a
Okay.
pic.
Throwing my
Nothing
elo.
unusual there.
Oh, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna get a pic. Trust.
This could be
Then
big
you're
for
gonna
us.
feel really dumb. It's gonna be big.
Where
A
are
huge
you?
community.
I'm
going to
Poe's
Poe's house.
Hole.
Hole? For free?
Free hole.
Free hole?
Now listen. What is your problem?
I just feel a little bit crazy kooky today. Is that okay with you?
I'm gonna go and piss off this beam with man, and then it's gonna chase both of
Is that
us.
okay with you?
Okay. Is that okay with you?
Is it a little
Ow,
too
that's
sneaky
me.
for everyday wear? Yeah, I'm going through something. Is that okay with you?
Is that okay with you?
You still-
I fucked off. I'm coming back.
She's with the wolves. There are two
Yeah, I was
wolves
with the
inside of
wolves.
you.
And I'm gonna get him pregnant. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, hi.
Well, yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, yes. Oh, girls are fighting today.
These flowers piss me off.
Oh god, my controls are all
Why?
backwards.
Oh wait, this looks like
Hey,
me.
mamas. Welcome back to the Haguettes. Oh. Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
How? Oh.
Now,
How y'all doing? Wonderful start. It's beautiful.
Oh, I didn't know I killed you. Oops, I
what do you mean you
Oh, she
watched
passed
me
away.
die?
didn't know. No, I turned around and ran off and
Oh.
jumped in the water.
Oh.
Oh, hey, best way.
Oh. How's your week been, mamas?
I was saying, Pope, I've had a very stressful day, but
Yeah.
yeah. No, I was saying that so we applied for this flat to rent, which we really like. It's near our current place and it's all great. We were like, oh, we'll apply anyway, we won't get it. Lo and behold, get a call today. You've got the flat.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, great. But then they were like, hey, so that's great. Like, would you mind getting this contract and paying all this money to us within the next 2 hours? Thank you.
Oh.
I'm like, huh? Like, obviously,
Right.
I'm working. Aaron's in the office at work.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, Sylvia?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite stressful. So I spent my day like trying to do that whilst trying to do my job, like whilst trying to do like, you know what I mean?
That's hateful.
Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but
Joe
last week I
Man.
was in Barcelona and that was nice.
And guess what I was?
Yeah. Oh, my house.
Juno,
I didn't think about that.
That's a beautiful arrow sticking out of your head. Where did that come from?
Thank you.
I was
Yeah.
there for safekeeping.
Now, can I borrow that?
My bow?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You have any arrows?
You
Oh, I'm in a
back
fucking
away,
hole. Oh no, you do.
slowly. No, I missed.
Yoink.
No. Oh, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Nothing super new. Same old stream. Whatnot. I'm trying to think. Nothing really interesting other than I took a night off this week to
Love.
spend time with the dogs with my mom. That was
Yes.
really nice.
Other Dogs is so fun.
I love that movie. She'd never seen it.
What is
Super
what?
excited.
It's a Wes
Isle of
Anderson
the
movie.
Dogs? Yeah, it's like a Wes Anderson claymation.
Oh, Aaron likes that movie. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Mhm.
I love that movie.
Very gorgeous. Heart-wrenching, but gorgeous.
Yeah.
Can I have my
Yeah.
bow back?
Yeah. Oh my
Can
gosh.
you go back?
There's
My
a
back?
colony of horses living on
I'm by your house.
I'm coming. Not this again. Did you already? Oh. Heavens! Did you already throw it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Oh, heavens.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I thought today could be like a fun little catch-up chat. It's been a week or two.
My week's
Yeah, I
been
mean,
good.
it's just
Thank you
like,
for asking.
But, no, I was saying we can all go into more detail.
I jest.
Tell me about your week, Luna.
I had a good week. I stayed at Juno's house with Juno parentheses the dog, and we kikied. The girlies were girling.
You did.
It was lovely, and I got to hang
Making a
out.
lot of prolonged eye contact.
Yes, your dog has a staring problem, Diva.
All dogs stare at things.
She has a problem.
It's not a problem. It's a
It's
hobby and a
chronic,
passion.
babe. It's giving chronic.
No.
She's cute though, so it's
You
okay.
gave my dog chronic.
Oh god, it's catching.
She's got purple hair now.
Pronouns. Not in
She
this
starts
house.
hissing differently.
She cocks her leg.
He does actually. do
It's a
that.
learned behavior.
Yeah.
I
No,
love
I-
that. What a women and men fields. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Making space.
I imagine like a field, like a grass field, just saying men on with a sign.
I've always wanted to get a shiwi so I could pee.
My mum has a
Yeah.
shiwi.
Really?
Of course,
Yeah.
Hillary, what else
Of
does.
course she
I
does.
don't even
this
want it for the
diva.
convenience. I just want it for like
for the
aura. Like
power.
I want to piss on shit. Yeah. I want the
It's really not that
power.
fun.
I
Because
mean,
when you pee in your rhino, you get it back. You get it sprays back at you, and it's really annoying.
oh,
Yeah.
with a shiwi
Well, I'm sure. Yeah.
You use many shiwis?
at the
You know-
No,
theater,
I'm saying have it. I'm saying peeing like a man.
like a man,
Yeah. Or peeing like a male presenting with a penis.
like a penis haver.
Yeah.
Pee like a man.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I always think. You know what I always think about
to that.
who Yoki.
Yoki.
Piss.
Pee
bar.
like a man.
No, I always
Like
think
a
that
man.
you guys probably won't have seen these, but there's these little like things in urinals, and they're like tiny little flat circles, with little tiny minuscule spikes on it. It's to
Urinal
diffuse the
cake?
pee. Yeah, no, not a cake though. They're like it diffuses the pee,
Oh,
like so it
Oh, I've
doesn't
never heard of
spray.
such a
piss
thing.
diffuser?
Yeah.
Like an attachment to your
literally.
hairdryer?
And when you pee on it, it makes a really satisfying noise. It's like shh. And the crisp.
Love.
Crisp is not.
Adding a little bit of enrichment to our peeing.
No, but I always think that the person who designed that must be like a millionaire because they are everywhere. Like they are literally everywhere.
I was about to say I've literally never seen one of those, but I also must
you
confess I
Google
don't
it?
interact with men's
Urinal.
urinals very often.
Why not?
It's not my natural habitat.
I think
Love
you should
this,
get you should get a urinal in your house just for you to pee. Can you get a urinal on your stream just like put in the
Personal.
background?
Personal
I-
urinal?
And don't explain it.
So it's just the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
That could be cool. We could
Power
put random
move.
things in it.
We can do like a channel point redemption for a shiwi
Yeah.
into it.
I think people might get fucking weird about that.
They would, yeah.
You guys ruin everything.
Guys ruin everything.
You can't do anything fun.
Can't have shit in this house.
It's a funny little bit to me, but
She
it
is
will
very
not be a
gorgeous
funny
to
little
me.
bit to other people.
Well, damn, what are we talking about this week, mamas?
I thought if
I think
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I think we talked about having a conversation about, I obviously was born and raised, grew up in America.
Yes, ma'am.
Grew up in England, and you've got a little bit of both.
Yeah,
So I
we
think
got-
It's like kind of a cool. It's like a cool variety we've got here about talking about the experience of like growing up in America versus the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, we have an American, we have an English, and we have an American English. Women in STEM.
I do feel like America's going to be more interesting, so I feel like growing up in the UK is quite boring.
But I think
don't-
America's more interesting in like a horrifying way. Like,
Yeah, it's
America's
like a
interesting
horror
in that
movie.
everything's bad.
Yeah.
In the way that a horror movie.
You can't stop looking at a train crash kind of
Yeah.
thing.
And I
Like
also
it's like,
had a really
this
boring
is
upbringing.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah. Where should we start then? Like,
Good question.
I guess school. Like school, pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, one thing I've heard, and I think you told me this, I find insane, is that you have to salute the flag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every single
Yeah.
morning.
I was in
like
pre-K
before school would
saluting.
start, everybody stands up and looks at the flag and they read the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hand over heart.
Like the announcement, and you have to put your hand over your heart and like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Mind you, none of these children know what
I
allegiance.
can't even verbalize yet. Like I can't string a sentence together. And they're like, you better pledge allegiance, ho.
Yep.
I can't even
United
say
States
the
of
word
America,
to.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Under
indivisible,
God.
liberty and justice for all. And there was actually, it's not technically required, as in like there was a court case ages ago that like really, because like it was a religious difference in a religion, they said like I won't swear allegiance to anything other than like my God, you know?
Yeah.
And they won their case, so they can't force you to pledge allegiance, but they also kind of can, because one, like we don't care about the laws, and like for but and precedent, but two, like this social ostracism, because I did that in high school. Like, I reached a
Yes.
point where I was like, I will no longer be like, I'm not doing that shit, and so I would sit, and like you would have teachers who would like fuss at you for it, who would guilt you for it, who would outright like call you
Yup.
out, not just
You get
like
so
the looks.
ostracized for it.
Mhm. Like you genuinely, it would be a fight, and you'd have to like take that stance and be like, no, I'm like.
Hey, so I'm actually gonna stand my ground. You guys cool with that? And they're like, absolutely not.
It's
Yeah.
actually insane.
Pre-K. We're doing that in pre-K. Not even kindergarten. Pre-K. I can't even
Yup.
speak, but they like, hold your little hand over your heart for you. Oh, I just found
Compare
Sorry,
your
another
fealty to a
fortress.
concept you don't understand.
Yeah, literally. Wild.
Which does make it meaningless. Fun fact. Like, there's something to be said for having like pride in your
fact.
nation and
Really
like
sad
fun
fact.
really sad fact that makes it meaningless. Fundamentally, it is fine. Like, if you live in a great nation and to take pride in your nation, you want things to be better and like to be proud and to be like a good citizen.
Yeah, if you
like,
want to do
wanna
that,
swear
if you're in
allegiance,
free will,
like that matters. But if you are just like, that is indoctrination. If you are just like, teaching people from infancy to repeat words that they don't know what they mean and do these little like rituals.
I have a diagnosis for you.
It is indoctrination. Fun fact.
Fun fact, actually really sad fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have anything comparable, I fear, except for in a UK primary school. You always, I feel, I don't know whether it's changed because obviously I grew up in the dark ages. Primary schools are still like pretty intrinsically linked with like the church. So in my school, we would have like Easter concerts and like Christmas concerts and like autumn, like we would even do like a harvest festival thing, and we would have this man from the local parish like council, like it was basically the guy that ran the church, to be fair. He would come in with his guitar and teach us hymns. And then they started teaching us like modern hymns. So a British primary school, we don't pledge allegiance, but God, do we sing? We sing so many religious hymns, Diva.
And whales and whales.
For unto us a child is born.
Oh, I don't know that word.
Oh, we had some like weirdly modern ones they started doing because they were like, the children hate singing the old hymns. We need to bring them up to date. And we would sing these like new wave Christian hymns for like Easter and Christmas and all that kind of jazz. So it's not pledging allegiance to it's just like religion.
It's weird though, because also like once you get to secondary school, which is like our high school, like that stops. Like
yes, very much. It's only the primary schools.
Because they're called, a lot of schools are called like C of E, like Church of England.
Church of England, yeah.
But like, why is that? Because to be fair, it is religious, but it's not like, it's not really harped on about. We have like a man every Tuesday we come for assembly and do
yeah, and we would sing hymns. Yeah.
Other than that, it's pretty secular, I would say.
Yeah, like we had some Muslim kids that were in my classes, like in primary school. They made her change her name. Her name was Angel. And they were like, you can't actually be called Angel because the other children are going to feel inferior to you. But it was a religious name. Like it was chosen for a religious reason, but they were still like, yeah, you can't do that because we're Church of England. So, and because that's your Muslim faith, that we're not going to let you honor that. And we were like, oh, too young to unpack that. But outside of that, as a atheist kid, I didn't grow up in like in a religion from my parents.
Am I wrong in saying there are certain schools that you have to be like Catholic to go to?
Yes, there are. You have to be practicing. Your parents have to be practicing.
And they tend to be well funded as well.
Yes, they're usually like private Catholic schools.
I think people will pretend to be Catholic. Or they'll like conversion.
Because my ex-boyfriend Dan, he went to a private Catholic school, and they had nuns and like sisters running the school.
My mum went to a nun school, and as a punishment, she'd have to do like 10 Hail Marys.
I thought you were like, as a punishment, she went to a Catholic school.
No, she was punished by the nuns though.
I got threatened with that as a kid.
Yeah, for real.
But also, we don't know. Luna, do you know our national anthem?
For unto us a child is born. Vaguely.
I know
the American one more.
The Queen. Yeah, same.
The idea of not knowing your national anthem is so crazy from perspective.
Because I've had both. It's a very it was a big culture shock for me because we went from like, oh, so we're not pledging allegiance to the flag anymore. Like that was a conversation my parents had to have with me. Because it was just every single day.
We're not doing that anymore.
We don't do that anymore. And it was like, we got to midday and I was like, so when are we pledging allegiance, Diva? And they were like,
when is it allegiance time?
Girl, you're in year 1 in England. We don't do that, honey.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Like it's like no, I mentioned the wrong song. How does ours go?
God save our gracious queen.
Yeah, that's all I know.
God save our queen. I ain't singing
Also,
King, by the way.
Yeah, but what, do the lyrics change now? That
Yes.
she died?
Yeah. So I just ordered a new
No.
passport, right? It's His Majesty's Passport Office now.
No.
It's wrong. It's giving wrong.
I'm not singing about that sausage finger.
And that's
Love
on
you,
period.
Charles.
Thank you.
Love you, Charles.
We don't. We hate you.
We don't like you at
Disgusting, man.
I think
Yeah.
another uniquely American experience growing up post 9/11 in American school system. So fun fact, Americans it's like the running thing of like, never forget,
Yup.
never forget,
But can we?
Well, the way that manifested in the school system growing up in America is every fucking year from the time I was in kindergarten throughout high school for 9/11, they would sit us down and have a whole day, sometimes 2 days, to remember, and we would sit down and like watch it happen and listen to like the recordings, like the voicemails. We would watch the videos of people like
As
jumping
children?
out of the tower. As children, like they would make us watch like these sad videos of like they chose to jump out of the tower instead of burn to death. Just sit with that.
I
Remember,
watched those
like,
in
putting that
drama
weight.
in secondary school, not as a child.
Yeah, no,
That's
as a
wild.
child.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
which kind of makes me giggle a little bit because like then people get mad that like the older generation or the newer generations and stuff like make like jokes about 9/11 and stuff, and they're like, oh well, like if you didn't want us to be like desensitized to it,
Maybe you shouldn't have desensitized us.
Re-traumatized us to it
Yes.
for like 18 years straight during our formative years.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of your own actions, Diva.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Like they would traumatize us year after year as children, showing us that shit.
That's interesting because I was in America when 9/11 happened. Like I remember we were watching TV as it happened, and I have a vague recollection of it happening because like every major news channel like changed to like the urgent. What's it called? Like the
Breaking news.
breaking news, yeah, and that all popped up. I have a vague recollection of that happening, but I was very young, and then I left before, like we left the States around 2001. Like 2002, maybe. I don't. Oh my god, there's a weather skeleton. So like I didn't realize that was happening. That's tea.
Yeah. So I feel like that's another one of those like absolute crazy. Were you guys allowed to go to the bathroom like when you were in school? Like, was it a fight?
No, you had to
you
go
had to
during
go
a
to the
break.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, we were allowed to go, but they'd be fucking annoying about it. They'd be
Really?
like, oh, you should have gone earlier. Like it would just be like a whole thing.
Okay, so that's just
Oh.
like our subjugation of children and like power trips and people who get into education because they want
I
to
will
like,
say-
for children and stripping children of like their personhood.
Yup.
I will say, like, as someone who like trained to be a teacher for a little bit, then quit 'cause it was fucking
Really?
awful. Like, yeah. Some people should not be fucking teachers.
Oh,
like,
God,
some people
no.
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
were
Absolutely not.
such fucking weirdos about it. Like,
I
you know the
had
teachers that would like
teachers,
scream at you, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
why are you yelling?
Yes. It's just a whole power trip thing.
I had teachers like that and always felt that way. And then when I actually worked in education, I had exactly that experience of being like, holy shit, some of these people really just fucking hate kids. Like they are here for the power trip and nothing else and should not be allowed around children.
So like,
real.
I don't know, same here. In the UK, a lot of people become teachers because they get so much holiday.
Yeah,
Like, thinking
that's why my
it'll be an
mum
easy
trained to be a
job.
teacher because she could spend the
Yeah.
holidays with us. But yeah, for a lot of them, it's I get 6 weeks off. I'm not gonna get that
And
anywhere else.
It's not incredible pay, but it's not like, it's not awful. Like and you can, I don't know.
It's a
you can
vaguely
climb quite
livable
high.
wage? Question mark.
Yeah, vaguely, and it's kind of guaranteed also because they always need teachers. So they'll hire
Yeah,
you somewhere
that's
normally.
true.
And the holiday.
It's pretty awful in America. You don't get paid shit.
Yeah, you guys don't even get your own supplies.
Thankless.
No,
dude.
you like, yeah, like teachers are always like all but begging. Like you'll open the school year, like, and growing up, it was a big thing because like teachers would always be like, these are the class like your class list, like things, shifting that onus onto the parents because they literally don't have supplies. So like each student would be expected to bring in like a certain amount of pens or a tissue box or things like that. And there's no way to like enforce that other than like fully, other than like socially and expectations. But it was really like isolating, especially for like an othering for like poorer families because like, but it's like a shitty situation overall because like the teacher doesn't have the money to have supplies.
Yeah.
But like you as a student are being given this list that like you know that your family like can't buy you a new pair of shoes, but now I'm supposed to. I've got to bring in 2 boxes of tissues and 10 pencils and a pen. You know.
Did you guys grow up in that kind of family where it was like, we're gonna buy you a school uniform that's like 10 sizes too big so that you can fit into it for the next like year or two? I know you don't have uniform in the States, but
I only had one school I went to that had uniform.
Oh, wig.
Uniform.
Oh, you guys don't have uniform.
Yeah, it's more common in like Catholic
Well,
schools, right? Like it's a certain.
There's a dress code.
Yeah.
And the dress code gets really, really strict, but like it's not a uniform.
Yeah, like certain activities, like if you were like a cheerleader or something and you bought an outfit, my parents would be like, yeah, so we're buying you one that is at least several sizes too large, queen.
Yeah.
So you'll grow
It was
into
really
it.
expensive.
Exactly.
What was a perk? You know, so we have like non-school uniform day, which is like a treat for the kids. Right?
Mufti Day. What did you call it?
Mufti Day.
Did you not call it Mufti Day?
We did, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Sorry, I thought you had a judgmental tone.
Where
I
does
got
What the
nervous.
fuck does that mean?
Because we
Where
love
does mufti
Ma.
come from?
I couldn't tell you.
Me too, Diva.
They're saying ally.
Hello.
I couldn't tell you why it's called Mufti Day.
I actually don't. There's so many English terms. I don't know what the fuck they mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Girl, I don't fucking know. Where is the main? Oh god.
I don't think anything uniquely English, not really. Like
Quintessentially
UK.
British.
yeah, a lot of hymns in school.
Kumbaya, my lord.
I mean, like chav behavior is very interesting. But I don't know if in America you have an equivalent.
I don't know what chav is, so I don't know what the equivalent is.
Okay, so to give context to this, if we're gonna get like, it's essentially like what a chav. So chav means council house and violent, which is like actually quite depressing. Like it's basically it's a term used for like kind of what do you say, Luna? How would you phrase this? Like
I'm trying to think of a comparison to like a stereotype in America. Like it is just
like
a
a redneck,
nasty
like-
stereotype.
it's a
Redneck,
nasty stereotype, yeah.
redneck, but they
it-
have like a bad fucking attitude. But
Yeah,
redneck
bad
is
attitude,
it's not really comparable, I fear. Like it's just
Yeah.
a stereotype for like a more impoverished kind of family, like a really hard to
There's like a certain
describe
way-
actually.
There's like a certain way of dressing. They'll have like maybe like big hoops, kind of slicked back hair,
Yeah.
like heavy makeup.
Almost, I guess,
for
almost like
girls.
Chola-esque in like fashion, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's
actually a
just
way of,
very,
like,
you're a chavvy
categorizing poor
girl,
people.
like yeah, you're a bit odd. You put on
Yeah.
you put on a strong front because nothing's okay at home, so I'm gonna put it on at school. And so it's like the bully girls, like the mean girls.
Bully girls.
Yeah, but it's because their parents are mean to them. Type beat.
Hurt people.
They be
Hurt
acting
people.
out. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, that's a big thing. That's like probably one of the biggest British school stereotypes is a chav.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you some TikToks. So it'll be like chavvy girls at school, like, and some of them were like really nice as well, but they're just like quite like
Yes.
hard around the edges.
Yeah. It's a horrible stereotype, but it like when you actually meet a chavvy gyal and she is genuinely like pure of heart, kind of soul.
Oh yeah, it's wholesome.
Yeah, it's just like a horrible stereotype that actually
There was
some very nice
there was
people.
a chavvy girl called Paris in my textiles class.
Oh,
She thought I was
heavens.
really cute for a bit, but then she did call me a slur later on.
Oh, love.
Oh.
Paris.
She reconsidered.
Paris, shout out to
Wait a
you,
minute.
queen.
No,
She
no, no.
reevaluated. Yeah.
She marinated on that for real.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I'm actually going back to school. Like, yeah, I don't know if it's the same for you, Luna, but UK schools were after Harry
Harry Potter.
came out. The UK schools went fucking crazy on the whole house system.
Oh,
All of
yeah.
our schools had houses. So in my school,
Really?
we had we had houses. So I was in Cotswold. They all named after hills. We had
Oh my
Cotswold,
God.
Montauk, and Sedgemoor.
That's crazy.
You were in
when I-
Coxwallow?
No, Cotswold.
What are you saying? Spell it.
COTS.
Cox.
WOLD. Cots.
Cox.
Coxwaller.
Big heart throbbing cocks.
This is not real. This is one of those moments where like
Britain.
Wibblet. And we're like, what's a fimbly wibblet? And he's like, oh, British thing.
That's
God
my
save our gracious queen. Yeah, we had
No.
houses too. We had houses, but they were called something else. I forget what they were. Fiddly wibblets, yes. Well, that's correct.
No, but like when I tell you, so we had to basically in our school, they had like house buildings and they were all in a big square and they were all colored inside. So they were
Yep.
like red, blue, yellow, all the stairs, the chairs,
Yep.
your uniform had a different stripe on it.
I was named-
like they went crazy for it.
Ours were
like,
named after trees.
oh, fuck.
So our each class was named after a tree. So you would like go through like oak,
What were you-
sycamore, and then the houses were named similarly too.
What were you? What were you? The flock tree?
Well, yes. Oh, do you know what's funny though? My primary school, our like symbol was an oak tree because we used to have this massive oak tree outside, and because it's an oak leaf, when you look at it like at a glance, it kind of looks like a weed leaf. Like if you really at a glance, really at it, like it's a
If you
stretch.
squint as well.
If
so
you
it's not very
squint and like turn you at 30 degrees, so we were called the cannabis kids.
Oh, yeah. Wait, Luna, your refusal to admit
Wow.
which tree you were is making me suspicious. What tree were you?
I don't remember, Diva. I genuinely
you
don't remember.
liar. You were the flock
No,
tree.
Oh, I think the apple was wrong right to the core. I genuinely don't remember. Very
How do you
sad.
not remember?
Girl, I have memory issues. Part of my
Okay,
chronic
there we
illness
go.
is memory issues. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my god. Okay.
Hey, so you're being ableist.
Oh no, I'm not.
No, I'm kidding. I'm fully kidding. I jest.
Sure.
I'm being salacious,
Yeah, but yeah,
loquacious.
we went fucking crazy for it. Like,
Back
and it was
forth.
weird. They put all of the sporty kids in the greenhouse for some reason. Like, it would become like a real thing.
Oh.
Like,
Well, yeah, there are only 4 types of kids.
Well, of
Yeah.
course. And this
Yeah,
one
flop-
test from a magical hat.
Foxtrots, divas, and
Yeah. Did you guys have
Although-
anything similar to that, Bo? Like, how did they
No,
separate your
absolutely not.
student base, or is it just like cliques
It
that
was just like
students made?
classes. Like up until so in elementary school, generally like you are a class collectively. Like all of the like you are in Miss Lehman's class or whatever, and she
Right.
teaches you everything.
Mhm.
And then when we got to middle school, we had different teachers for different classes. So like you had
Oh,
a
yeah,
different
same here.
teacher for math, and so then
Mhm.
on middle school, like you rotated around what class you were in throughout the day.
Yeah.
But like our class and our grade was the only real divider. There wasn't like
Interesting.
names.
Yeah, I think because our school was like both of the schools I went to are relatively large for like what they were. It was easier to like split up the student base at that point into sections, and then it was a way to like make like intersectionality within like different year groups as well, because then you would hang out with your house, and it would be like every year group was represented, kind of thing.
yeah.
And then you would do it for like sports day. Oh my god, sports day.
I hated sports.
I
day.
hated sports day, but I loved it. I was very
Yeah,
good at
kids.
sports day. Hated it though.
Were you?
Like field
I
day,
was-
we had field day. Was
Yeah,
that the
like
same?
track and field. We would have track and field day in secondary school, but we had sports day in primary. And I was very sporty as a kid. I was in, I think it was 8 different sport clubs
crazy.
total. I was the captain of my football team. I was
Be clear,
the
you
B
mean football
team for rugby captain.
One you kick.
Well, yes.
Soccer.
Soccer. Yeah, I was the first
Gotcha.
team captain that was a goalkeeper in history for my school. It's giving I'm different. I'm not like other girls.
I thought you were gonna be like.
Not
I thought you were
like
gonna
other
be like.
girls.
I thought you were gonna be like the first captain that was a queer lady. That
One of them queers. Well, that too, I suppose. Yes.
Oh, did you guys ever have to come out in school?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
People were calling me gay from day one, Diva.
Yeah, me included.
I had gay allegations
Like,
with
is
my best friend, and they were right.
Is anyone near the houses and stuff and safe right now?
Kind of. Why?
No, I'm in the nether.
Do you need me to go and do something?
No, I teleported to you.
Gorgeous.
So
what was your field day like? Your sports day?
So it would be like, I think we only really had it, like elementary school was a big thing. We had it like, I think once in middle school and then it fell off, but it was...
Did you ever have an egg and spoon race? Or is that quintessentially British?
Definitely, yeah, we did that. No, we did that too. It was like a bunch of like little games and stuff, like playing tug of war. You go out in the field, like class would be shortened. And you got in the field and you played tug of war or, throw shit and sports, Oh, there's a man in the boat with our Enderman now.
Oh, love.
Sorry.
Are they gay? Are they in love?
They are. It is pretty intimate.
Oh my. Love this for them.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just like oh my god. Juno!
What?
Just got to my house.
What did you do?
Juno knows what he did.
Huh?
Juno, what did you do?
He
Terrorizing
walled off my
Pearl.
door with dirt.
You hateful man.
Where'd my bird go?
Did you have to come out in school, Juno?
Is that a question?
Did everybody know?
Yeah. No, I remember being in but there's another Enderman here if you want to go and capture him.
Oh, hell yeah.
I remember being in chemistry class and someone just randomly yelling the F slur from behind me.
Wow.
And her name was Luna.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Last
Not my
Luna.
finest moment, I fear. I'm just doing a public service. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's their right
And
to
also
know.
people back when they come to you, you're like, hey, can we ask you two girls? They're like, hey, can we ask you a question?
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Fight or flight,
Yeah.
fight or flight,
Hey,
fight or flight.
hey babes, ... in an Instagram DM has the same reaction to me as, can we ask you a question? Like,
Oh,
full
no,
body shut down.
I get it from work where someone says, hey, you free for a chat? Like,
Oh.
like, yeah, I am.
Hey, so I actually never will be. Do not contact me on this number again. People knew I was gay before I was gay in school.
Oh yeah, same. My mum also, I mean, I said this before, my mum was asking me if I was gay since I was like 10 anyway.
Oh, love. I came out to my mum and she was like, yeah,
Oh,
queen, we know.
He was like, well.
Thank you. Clogged.
So I love that I do nothing. When we do this podcast, I don't do anything useful.
Are you just running around in circles again?
I'm doing it, yeah. I just do.
Silence who don't do anything.
Love.
I was a bit of a social outcast, like always in school,
Yeah.
I was very much like the spooky bitch that everybody was like some people are outright mean and like there was like bullying and like that shit, but for the most part people just like avoided me and like I just avoided them. Like
Yeah.
I was mostly fine with that setup.
Yeah. I was bullied
so
like hell.
I was like really
I was so different.
especially younger, like later in I'm just thinking later in high school, like when I would have like I didn't even really like come out. I think like there was a conversation one time where somebody asked me and was like, oh, do you like girls? And I was just like, yeah. And it was like one of those where like they were presenting it like it was this thing like, oh well,
Do you like girls?
girls? And I was just like, yeah, they thought they were too, and I was just one of those like, yeah.
Well, yes.
Oh well, like you would date one? Yeah.
Next question.
Now is it gone?
It was like one of those satisfying moments. But for the most part, like I didn't interact with anyone in school. Like I wasn't telling those bitches shit. It wasn't like I had some dramatic like I need you guys to know.
I have a
because
secret.
I didn't talk to anyone. Yeah.
I had too many gay allegations with my best friend that we had to come out. Because people, what's crazy to me, I took back my power in coming out. So like I made it my own thing, but it was kind of sad that I had to do it. So I started secondary school in 2009. From that point on until I finished and like went to sixth form and then into college, the F slur was so normal. Like there were so many slurs
Really?
that were so normalized. Like in a British school, in a British secondary school, hearing the R slur was a daily occurrence
Oh, yeah.
from multiple people. It was so normalized. It was crazy. And that wasn't even 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember this, yeah. I remember when the N-word was being really used
Oh,
a lot.
yeah.
That was crazy.
Like the paradigm shift between now and then is insanity because the
Something
internet
shifted in the 2010s.
I feel like the internet really changed everything because like it was so normal, but now your digital footprint, like it's so easy to find and you are held responsible for your actions in a way that you weren't when the internet was just like us IMing each other and like poking each other on MSN. Like,
Yeah.
but it was wild how different it was.
There was a ghast. There's a nasty ghast.
Oh, we should save a ghast. We should update to the
How do you
newest
save
version
them?
and we should go on a mission to save a ghast.
How do you save them though?
Well, they're the little like, they're basically like little withered versions that are like among the bones in the nether. And you can like put them in water and take them back to the overworld. And then they're happy
We
ghasts.
should do that.
We should.
I'm so bad at hitting the ghast fire.
Oh yeah, it's not easy. It's an art. I have so much blue wood.
Where are you getting the bluebird from? What the heck?
From the nether. I'm coming home, sweetie.
I don't think I like my house.
I'm coming home.
Coming home to
too.
the world.
Can I keep this like light rock?
Oh, they're gay. Light rock?
Those bitches gay.
I feel really bad for him in British schools specifically.
Say again?
Do you know what I feel really bad for in certain schools, in British schools, is language teachers.
Oh my god, they were so bullied for what?
Oh, we like the kids in my class literally like tortured this poor woman. Like she quit, I think.
Bless.
Like they need to throw glue sticks at her.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so that's crazy.
Hey, so that's not cool. That's wild.
Yeah. But how are teachers treated in America?
Um,
Is that,
Are they respected?
I think it depends. Like, are you talking about societally or by children?
I don't know. Whatever you want to say.
Honestly, whatever.
Societally, it's one of those things where people will act like when it is convenient, they'll be like, "Oh, teachers are our heroes." I don't in any way want to like support them or their classrooms or advocate for them or pass legislation that will help them. Or I don't think they should get paid more money. But teachers are heroes. They're good people. But like, as long as it's like not affecting me and it's just like this vague idea of service that I can romanticize without like actually having to engage with it.
Fuck it.
And I think that's a lot of the relationship with like teachers and education.
Did you guys have that one English teacher that you were like madly in love with?
No.
That one female. This is a thing, right? Like I've seen it on TikTok where you have that one formative teacher in your life, and for some reason, for the gays, it's always an English teacher.
Mine actually, I had one that I liked a lot, but but I also loved my art teacher, so I think it's similar.
Oh, gorge.
Loved my art teacher, and I really thought she would have me on Facebook when I left, and then she rejected me, and I was sad.
Oh.
That's not fair though.
You know
honestly.
it ain't the stallion.
Yeah, Mrs. Hill.
You know it's your
Anyway.
girl.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I did.
No?
Like I had teachers I was close to, but not one that like
I wasn't in love with
I
any of
loved
them.
English. I loved English though.
I had teachers that liked me a lot because I was good at English.
Yeah. What was your favorite subject?
English and art.
Of course.
I hated PE.
probably English, art, history.
All the gay stuff.
Oh yeah, of
all
course.
the gay stuff. Yeah, not sure as fuck not math. I had god awful math teachers, dude. I had one math teacher who was genuinely like, I think she is a sociopath and she should not be allowed around children.
Oh wow.
What did she do?
Oh my god, she's fucking crazy. She was awful. Okay, and the problem was she was one of those teachers who's like super involved in the school. Like she ran the National Honor Society program, and she was always like really close. Like her favorite students were always like the cheerleaders and the sports people, and she was a cunt, dude. She one time, okay, so there was this one student in my class, and I went to school with him like in middle school and actually I think like 5th grade through high school, and He was probably like 6'5". Like he was a big ass dude, but he was big in every department too. Like he was tall as fuck. He was a bigger dude. He's just a big motherfucker, you know. And he
Love.
didn't fit in the desks very well. So like so he would hang out in the aisle, and she would make fun of him for it. Like
Oh.
That's
she
crazy.
was so mean about it and would like call him out and make fun of him for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Because
Death
you know
to
she's
her.
fucking crazy. She also like made me cry one day in class, like, cause she was so mean to me. She was so fucking mean to me all the time. Hated me. Made me cry in class one day, and then made this whole big deal about like, all right, everybody, put down your pencils. Look at Poe. Look what Poe's doing. Give her the attention she wants. Watch her
That's
cry. Give her that attention.
Oh my
Swear to
god.
God.
Drop her
Swear to
address.
God. Like
Drop the
she was
address.
awful.
I just wanna talk.
She would like tell us. She told us if there was ever a school shooting, like we're on our own. She's fucking dipping. It's not like she said like she doesn't care to hit a kid. She would love to be like, my husband's a lawyer. I don't need this job. I'll hit a kid.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yup.
yeah.
Why would you get
Let's
into
go find her.
teaching?
I
we
loved
did-
my art teacher, but for some reason she was friends with my art teacher, and that never made sense to me because my art teacher was like such a empathetic, incredible human being, you know? And there was one time I was
Yup.
really close to my art teacher, and like during lunch I came to talk to her because the night before I had been out with a friend, and the car in front of us, we watched hit a man in a wheelchair on the side of the road.
Oh my god.
Like we watched it happen. I had to call 911. It was a whole thing, right?
Ooh.
And I was really fucking shook up about it. And he died. Like he was dead on impact. So like it was not, I don't want to share too much, but like
Jeez.
I saw him. It was a lot. And I was talking to her about that, and like that other teacher happened or like came in during it, and like it was awkward. I didn't want to like immediately stop talking when she walked in, you know. So whatever, I finished. And I'm like really shooken up and like looking for comfort.
Yeah.
And the other teacher responds, and she was like, well, he shouldn't have been on the side of the road. That's one less of those homeless bums like sitting out here like causing problems. Oh, I was there in the first place.
Oh,
Like I swear to God, this woman, awful.
Satan.
Please
Horrible.
suffer.
She is the reason that I did not get into
Jail.
my dream college. Now I'm glad I went to the college I did, but sophomore year I was hospitalized on and off for like 2 months or so, like 2 months total. So, right, I missed a
gosh.
lot of class, and her math class was really, really hard, and there was a lot of work. Like I'm talking like 3 worksheets a night, hours of work a night. When I was institutionalized, my family reached out to my teachers and were like, hey, can you like provide some of the schoolwork so like while she's in the hospital she can like work on her stuff, get caught up, whatever. That math teacher said, don't worry about it. I promise she won't fall behind. When she comes back, I'll stay after school and like tutor her and work with her. I promise she won't fall behind, which I was
Right.
immediately like, that's weird.
That's suspicious.
That's suspicious. Yep. So I come back after missing 2 months, and she gives me all 2 months worth of the work and tells me I have until I came back on a Thursday. She told me I had till Monday to get it done.
Oh my
What is wrong with
god. Drop the
And then I
Addy.
was like, well, are you gonna like, well, can we stay after? Like, are you gonna tutor me? Because I don't know how to do any of this. And she was like, that is not my job. I don't have to do that.
That is literally your job, Queen.
Yup.
Hello?
And so I wound up, that's the lowest grade I ever got in class. It's the only, like, I couldn't do all the work, and I wound up pulling a D in that class. The rest of my grade card, A's all across the board. That class was a D.
Oh, that is
When I
so
applied to my dream
frustrating.
school and I got rejected, I reached out and I did the whole professional, like, oh, why, you know, just to strengthen my resume in the future. Why the fuck don't you guys want me?
Yup.
And they straight up were like, well, during your sophomore year in honors algebra 3, we noticed you had a D. And the craziest part about it is like one of the essays I had to write for them was like talking about overcoming adversity and like one of the hard things. And I wrote specifically about like being hospitalized and coming back and trying to put my life back together and dealing with shit like that. Like it was in my essay.
Oh my
And they were
god.
like, cool story anyway.
They were like, no, that's bad.
Well,
Hate that. Well, I hope she suffers.
Yeah.
hope she has the day she deserves every day.
Hey, Miss
the rest
Adkins,
of
if
her
you're
life.
listening to this, fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck you. What's her name? Heinous Adkins.
Miss Adkins.
Heinous.
Yeah, Heinous Adkins. I don't even care. I'll name drop that bitch. Fuck her.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
You better watch your fucking back.
I will afford you no
Yeah.
grace.
This isn't a
I hope her
threat.
ass
This
falls
is a
out.
promise, Diva. Is her name actually
When my
Heinous?
when my great grandma died, she accused me of lying.
Isn't
She
that
must be-
illegal?
Get
them to
the fuck
question
out
you on a
right
grievance?
now.
I missed school. I missed school for the funeral. And she was like, well, I know the real reason you weren't here.
Oh, I know where you were.
I'm gonna go
September
find this
30th.
person, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna steal her car,
Mm.
and then I'm gonna.
Hell yeah.
Got this
Yeah.
feeling.
Well, she has a her husband is a lawyer. I'm sure he'd buy her
Yeah.
another.
How old was she when she was a teacher?
She was probably in her 40s or 50s when I.
Yeah, she could
Oh,
be
so
gone by
she's
now.
old and haggard,
50s
wretched.
probably. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
definitely. But
I hope she's in a home. And
Oh
no visiting.
yeah, and everybody hates her, as she deserves. Flop.
I'd go there. I would go
Next.
there just to trip her up. Okay, also, we had this teacher who, like, you know, there's a teacher who, like, at the time you're like, oh my god, you're terrifying, but afterwards you're like, that was a diva.
Yeah.
yeah.
Her name was Mrs. Slater. She had like a kind of a hunchback, but she was really short. But the best part about her was that this diva used to wear about 10 scarves. So she would come into class and spend the first 15 minutes just unwinding her scarves really rapidly.
Me.
Like,
Oh,
like,
I love that.
That's
like a
so
scarf
me.
tornado. Like,
Queen.
so funny.
That's iconic.
That's my tether.
I know. And she'd always just be like, I don't know why they always sent her. Because, like, obviously, like, she was quite old as well. She wasn't the fast one. What am I dying from? I'm gonna die. I've been cursed by a witch. Well,
Love. Sorry, my bad.
they'd always send her to chase after all the, like, kids truanting.
Not the
So she'd be, like,
truancy.
she'd be there, like, running down the hallways at the age of, like, 68. Like,
God.
chasing after, like, Paris and Angelina, who decided not to school. And her scarves would be, like, kind of trailing in the wind behind her.
And then a diva is the female version
Of
of
the
a
hustler.
I also want to tell a funny story about like my psychology teacher, who was the first person who ever introduced me to the idea of having she was great. She was this like definitely gay lesbian
Gorge.
Welsh lady.
We
I forgot what her name
love.
was. She was a psychology teacher. And we got into her first class. She's like, okay, I need you all to know I'm autistic, so you guys might think I'm weird. But and she gave us like a
You might
very
think I'm
detailed
weird.
breakdown of. Yeah,
Sorry.
she gave us a very detailed breakdown of her like why her legit Asperger's.
Diagnoses.
Yeah, literally.
Queen.
She was like, so if I do this at a certain point, that's because of this, whatever, like whatever.
Love her.
But my favorite thing about her is that so in our school there was like a wind tunnel because it was like two buildings off each other. She broke her rib because a pigeon flew into her chest at 30 miles an hour. down the
Okay,
wind
skinny.
That's insane.
Queen.
Yeah, a pigeon just like fucking clocked her in the tit, and she was off school for 2 weeks because she broke her ribs.
Queen.
And that's that. I just wanted to share that story.
And that's that.
I love that. I had a teacher like that where like she was really intimidating, but I was obsessed with her. Actually, you know, now that we're thinking about teachers you had a crush on, it was definitely her.
Love.
But like she was just so intimidating, but so fucking cool. It was hard. Like her classes were fucking hard. I had her for
What did she
anatomy.
teach?
Well, I had her for anatomy at 1 and 2, and then my senior year, my school got a grant to like add some extra fun classes, and she taught forensics 1 and 2.
Ooh.
And I took forensics with her.
You take
And, like,
forensics in high school?
Yep, it was like a special grant that we got,
Oh,
and it was like
that's
sick. It was
sick.
so cool. Yeah,
I did
it was the
gifted and
coolest class
talented
ever.
for science, and I did forensics, but that was one day. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, this was like 2 whole semesters of it, and it was just so cool. It was so fun.
Love.
We got to do a bunch of cool shit. I almost wanted to go into forensics after that.
Mm.
But she.
Oh,
Juno.
You know.
Nana Atiba.
So she was really, really hard. Like taking her tests and stuff. Like she moved really, really fast paced. She had high expectations, but like if you paid attention, you were gonna do well. Her tests would be like you'd walk in an anatomy, and all the tables would just be covered with bones labeled with a number, with like little spots on the bones label, and like you would have to go pick up the bone, look at the number and what was being labeled, and then tell what it is. You know.
Queen.
One time in forensics, we were doing hair analysis.
Mhm.
And so we were given like a crime, and then we were given the known hair. So the hair that was found at the crime scene, right?
Mhm.
And then we were given 5 suspect hairs. And all the 5 hairs we knew were from other teachers in the building. Like we had a name to each of them.
She was going around plucking
Cool.
everyone's hair.
Yeah, and all of our
Me.
tests were like this. Like our tests were experiments. Like we had to do like
Love.
identifying shit. Yeah. So this was a test, right? And so we're like trying to analyze these hair, and we've got one hair that's really close. Like it's blonde, and it's like kind of similar, but it doesn't have the same scaling pattern like on the strand of hair. And so we're all like, I don't know. This is the closest one, so I'm just gonna say this one, I guess. Right?
Mhm.
And then she was like, "You're all wrong. It was me. You should suspect me. You should always suspect me. It was my hair." Like,
Diva.
was that not like diva shit to full?
You like give
Like, in
Patrick
deadpan.
Starr's like, I love you.
And I think she was like in the Marine or the Marines or something. Like she was like a strong
Queen.
bitch and like stern face. Like she always looked really
Oh.
serious.
And you know when she's proud of you, it's the best feeling in the damn world.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like her praise felt better than like
It's what I yearn for in my adulthood.
It was absolutely like it
I
genuinely
should go
made
to
me better in
therapy
her
and
class
discuss
because,
that.
like, it was hard and it was challenging, and she made me want to do well. Like,
I love a teacher like that.
yeah.
That's really interesting because one of the reasons I've talked to you guys about this before, the reason that I came back to the UK, like the biggest one was that my parents didn't want me to have an American education.
Valid.
I helped one of my American friends move over here. It's a very long story. We're actually not friends anymore. Lol. But
Lol.
she wanted to come and study here as an international student. And she'd done a year or two of college already. She was, I think, a community college. And what was tricky was the American schooling system credits aren't worth the same as the British schooling system's credits. And they were like, you're going to have to do extra classes because like your knowledge in this subject area is like a foundation level by British standards, even though it's like you basically finished your associate's degree in America. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
Like, I know there's a disparity, like, because of course there
Yeah.
is, but that bad? Wild.
That's crazy.
Like, I want to study forensics. The fuck?
It was really cool. It was easily like one of the coolest classes I ever took. And like that wasn't a normal, that's definitely not a normal thing in America. Like it was this weird like grant that we got my senior year, but they introduced like a couple like new interesting, quote unquote, interesting classes. One of them was like history through film, except that it was labeled as history through film, so a lot of us signed up for it.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like watching historical films and stuff and then talking about them. And then when we actually took the class, the teacher was like, yeah, sorry, so we did a little bit of a bait and switch because like we could actually only get the funding for this if we promised that it would be American history through film. So it's only going to be American history through film.
So what did you watch?
I don't even remember. I feel like that pissed me off so much that I checked out of that class. I know we watched
What's
Letters from Iwo Jima was like the closest to a like it's from an American perspective, but it's we watched that.
Did you watch it through the lens of like learning history through it or learning about the film through a historical lens?
Both. So like, well, the way the class was presented was it was supposed to be like you're supposed to be able to identify biases, like watch a film and then think about like who made the film, what are the circumstances around the film, what biases would exist in this narrative, and like explore both like it in the film context and the historical context, But it really just turned into like our teacher would throw on a movie and I wouldn't pay attention.
So you definitely watched Citizen Kane, right? Like you had that was like mandated.
I don't remember anything about it. Weirdly enough, I feel like the only movie I remember was Letters from Iwo Jima.
Love.
So I do feel we might be getting close to the hour mark. Which
We
is...
may be.
Probably.
I have one last question because you were talking about doing all that sort of stuff, and I was like, oh, I did that for a Gifted and Talented program. So we had Gifted and Talented in England, where it was like if you are in the top percentile of students, it would sometimes allow you to go and do like. For me, it was going to the university that I eventually went on to study at and doing like a day out to do something interesting. So we did like criminology and we did like the fingerprinting, all that sort of jazz for what was it called again? I forgot. Forensics. But that was because I was gifted and talented, and actually it was just undiagnosed ADHD and me hyper focusing on science. Did you guys have anything like that?
Yeah, we had a gifted program. It was different because like so I went to like 8 different schools by the time I was in 5th grade, and after that I settled down. But we moved around a lot. I went to a lot of different schools, so it was different. Like at almost every school I went to, and then going into middle school, like it was different. And then, but up through middle school, we had a gifted program. And then once you got into high school, it became like you could take honors or you could take AP.
I had some
But the
crazy
gifted program was
things.
usually like its own class, like its own separate class that let you replace a different class in your day.
Oh,
And like
word.
let you, yeah, it would have its own like curriculum. You guys would get to work on like we'd get to work on cool projects, sometimes go on field trips.
I had some crazy stuff about the gifted and talented program in America because I know it's like you can have tag and like GAT and there's like a few different versions. I've heard people talking about it recently in GAT. People talking about like it being a proponent of MK Ultra. It's been all over my TikTok feed and I'm like, oh, right. And then because I was looking at it and I was like, I was gifted and talented, but it was, this is a bit of a tangent, but people would get pulled out of American schools and they were like, you're having really good grades in this, you're in the gifted and talented program. So they would go in, they would get fed like this mineral water stuff that tasted some kind of certain way, and they would get you to do these like audio and visual tests, quote unquote, and they would show you things and be like, what does this make you feel, what does this make you think? I'm thinking of a word, can you tell me what it is? Like it's giving MK Ultra. And I was like, I wonder if I should talk about this when we do our podcast, because people have been coming together and saying, hey, so I did exactly this thing, and it was always this ominous person with a briefcase coming in and feeding me this thing, and we did this and we did that, and it was all very similar. And I was like, for me, gifted and talented was just you were an undiagnosed neurodivergent child and you got sent on field days sometimes.
Yeah. I do think that was my experience with gifted and talent. I don't think I didn't get fed. I didn't get fed the super drug, unfortunately.
Well, sound off in the comments if you got the super drug, because I want to know.
Yeah, let us know about that. Let us know about that.
What were you guys gifted and talented in?
Yeah, I was gifted and talented in English and art.
Love. Okay, doubles. Sorry, you were going to say something and I cut you off.
Oh, it's fine. Do you know what I find really funny? I obviously watching a lot of like that, So Raven, Lizzie McGuire, all that stuff. I was fascinated by having a locker.
Oh my god!
Locker, like,
they added lockers to my school after I left, and I was fuming.
Well, I remember going to like an open day, you know, when you before secondary school, and they're like, "Do you have any questions?" And I was like, "Do I get a locker?" And they were like the lockers, you don't really use them in the UK. Like, I don't know why. You don't really have.
No, and my book bag was heavy. Like, I would have benefited. My school had 3,500 students, and it was, I think, 10 buildings total. Like, there were so many kids, and my book bag was so heavy all the time. Yeah, I would have loved a locker.
I got a locker, but I never used it because it was like a really small, like out of the way one. It wasn't convenient to go to. So.
Oh, that's.
I had a locker and never used it.
Oh, really?
But in my head, everyone's like hanging out by the lockers. You know,
it's like the water cooler of the school. Can I go to my locker?
And like the whole like American school bus culture.
Oh my gosh, I loved my school bus driver. Still remember that man.
Never had a bus driver.
I used to get the bus to school because I lived in like the far out bit of the catchment area, and they funded us getting a bus, but it wasn't the same as the yellow school bus experience of my youth.
Want the yellow school bus experience. I want to be Lizzie McGuire.
You really don't. Like, you're romanticizing the school bus concept.
Because you don't know her.
Because you don't know her. All right. What? First of all, rural West Virginia. My bus drive like took, I don't know, probably an hour-ish.
What?
Yeah, and it was like a bunch of rednecks sitting on the bus together, spitting their chew tobacco in the seats. You have to be careful. Yeah, they're dip.
How old were they?
Spit it in the like after like the dip and shit started like in middle school and high school.
It's like the vape of now. It's the dip.
Yeah. They would like spit their dip in the floor and on the seats. The seats would be like torn up. It would smell funky because like a bunch of teenage boys, and you know what? One thing about teenage boys, them bitches stink.
There's nothing wrong with teenage boys.
One thing about me.
One thing, like teenagers, I get kind of stinky anyway. Teenage boys,
rancid.
Stinky.
Rancid.
I had a little brother.
Rat smelling.
Yeah. It's okay. Like, I'm not trying to shame y'all for being stinky.
I am.
But y'all are.
But y'all are stinky.
You just need to accept that.
Yeah.
Especially as this was like a time before like cleanliness and hygiene kind of became popular.
The dark ages.
Back in the dark ages.
When
like
we all had a communal baths and the baby went last, and don't throw the baby out with the bag water. Yeah. God, the fucking changing rooms in a school just being links all over the gap.
Moldy.
And they were like,
Was it
don't spray,
Charlie?
I have asthma. Yes, and Charlie. Oh my God. And so ...
Not
I
so
contracted asthma. Wait, so it's like they were like, the girlies would use it as perfume, but it was actually just like a body spray. And they would douse themselves in it. Like the Chavy girls, they would always have a so ... and the Charlie in their Jane Norman bags. Oh my God. Not Jane Nor. Yeah, they would have PE and home ec on the same day in their Jane Nor bag. And be like, why does my shoulder hurt? Okay, diva.
Yeah.
It's giving diva. Well, should we wrap up then, my darlings? Any final words? Love.
My final word is turgid.
Such a good... Are you sure it's not turgid? I like it when
I'm
you say
not sure.
turgid.
I'm not sure. Turgid. I go back and forth. I don't know which one's right.
Turgid is right, but I think turgid has more whimsy.
Turgid. Yeah, I really like turgid. It's got a good mouthfeel.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Anyway, thank you for joining us this week, Divas.
Thank you, Divas.
you.
I hope to catch you on the next episode.
Yeah, I'm going to
Can
top
you do the whole
myself.
next episode in a British accent and we just won't talk about it?
We just don't mention it at
Only
all.
if you guys do an American accent.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you can probably
secretly
do one.
have one. That's
I can
what's
do one, but
crazy.
it'll really wear me out.
I'll be really tired at the end of the day. I grew up with an American accent, so I learned to talk with one. So when I came to the school, like my first British school, I was like, can I get a glass of water? And everybody's like, can you get a glass of water? And then I went selectively mute for about a month. That's my final
Valid.
thought. British primary school is hell. God save our queen.
God save our queen, and I think that
That's what we
like,
each
that's
do at
what
the
we end
same
on, you know.
I just tried to say hello like we're playing Overwatch.
Oh my god, I do it all the time. Where hello is bound to my scroll up. I'm always like, I'm running into
Oh
like
my
a little dog,
gosh.
and I'll be like trying to scroll up to say hello.
I have it bound to my full stop key. I just pressed it and I was like, where is my wheel? Where are you, pal?
Let's wrap up. Goodbye, everyone.
Let's round and round the
Bye-bye.
campfire. See you later, my darlings.